We back like bra straps. Is Voch Lombardi. We're here to take a look at Zach Allen, defensive end from Boston College. Let me just say this disclaimer. I normally don't like the type of defensive end that Zach Allen is. I normally like these super athletic, twitchy, explosive guys that can bend naturally. And, maybe you can teach them hand placement and nuance and pass rush moves and counters on the back end. I don't necessarily think that's Zach Allen. What you get from him is what you get. You know what I mean? Like I think he has a very high floor. I don't really have a good idea about what his ceiling is because I think the player that he is now is the player that he's gonna be. Now, will he get stronger? Will he grow into his man body? Sure, absolutely. But to say that I don't like his type of player, me watching enough film on him, he has enough traits for me to go, you know what? If I use him properly and I don't lie to myself, I know exactly what I can do with him and how to make this guy work. You know what I mean? And we're going to take a look at some of that today. Just this first clip here, Zach Allen's going to be our left defensive end until I tell you he's not. Sometimes he lines up inside. Let's just take a look at one of the first things I like about him, man. He uses these hands, man, these big-ass man hands he got. He loves just punch people in the chest. I think he's mostly like a power pass rusher, right? He's not going to beat you with, like, speed around the edge. He's probably done it once or twice, right? But he makes his money getting his hands in your chest or, defeating your outside hand or controlling your wrist. He's a power rusher. And I think he's better versus the run. But we're just going to talk about pass rush for a little bit because that's what I like the most. But just ball get off and pop in the chest. Now, what he does after that, it kind of varies, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I do like the fact that he will come off the ball and point of attack punch you in the chest powerfully, and then it'll set something else up. Let's keep watching. Let's take a look at Zach Allen right here, man. Let's watch him come off the ball here versus the right tackle. Now, what's going to happen is this right tackle is going to get hands on him first, but we're going to talk about Zach's nuance with his hands and, why his floor is so high, in my opinion, right? Zach's going to come off the football, right? And we see Clemson guy, that's what we're going to call him here. We see Clemson guy gets hands on Zach first, but Zach is going to use power, and Zach is going to use the length that he does have to kind of reset this fight a little bit, to reset the hand fight. So he's going to boom and still get a really solid punch on Clemson guy. Now, what happens with Clemson guy when he gets punched in the chest? He lets go, right? So if he's going to let go, then Zach can do whatever he wants to, kind of get free from this guy, right? He can control that right wrist like he's doing, and then he can defeat this left hand like he's doing right now, right? You see, Zach is going to use his right to come over the top of the left right there, right? He's going to defeat this guy, and he's going to get to the back hip of this tackle here just to get to Trevor Lawrence right now. Now, he didn't get the sack on Trevor, but he caused the pressure, and he got Trevor's eyes down, which counts, and he got his hands on the football, which could cause a turnover. So, he didn't get the sack here, but I'm really satisfied with what I saw from Zach's hands and what he can do as a nuanced pass rush he got. Right. All right, so take a look at Zach Allen here. Quick note that I think he can play in 3-4 and in 4-3, but I think his hand's going to be in the dirt in both those schemes. That's something else I was saying about know what you're getting into. Just because he's an end doesn't mean he's going to just go stand up somewhere. You know what I mean? But if he's in a situation where he has to rush from the inside, he gives you value there because I think he has enough size and he's powerful enough to hang with those guys on the inside, but he's quick. Boy, is he quicker than those inside guys, right? Now, in the National Football League in the offseason, everybody gets a dumbbell and a peanut butter sandwich, and they just grow and get big and strong out of nowhere, right? I think once Zach gets a little bigger, then he'll be able to hang a little bit more with these grown men guards or whatnot when he gets to the league or whatever. But as far as his quickness, he got it. He got it for the outside. He may not be he may not be quick outside, but his ass is quick inside. Man, something else I really like about Zach Allen, man, is this dude gets his hands up, bro. Like he's being apprehended by the police, man. He's a very aware football player. You know, whether it be in the run game or in these passing games, right? You know, whether it's like a slow screen, hell, quick screen, slants, hitches, things like that. Anything short. If he recognizes it, he will get his hands in the damn air. That's very JJ Watt like. I'm not making a player comparison because that'll be irresponsible and player comparisons are trash. But hey man, he's aware enough to get his damn hands up and affect the pass. And chill, I'll show you again. Hold on. Here we go again. Zach Allen's going to be right here, the left defensive end again. The defense is left. He's going to come off the ball, get back inside, hands up. Psh. He did this a bunch, man. He did a lot. I'm watching two films, watching Clemson and North Carolina State. And man, just whether he bat the ball down or not, get your hands up and try it. You know what I mean? Give it a go. Give it a shot and see what happens. And I think in a league, that's something that's valuable that a lot of coaches are gonna like. And I think just that one little piece to his game, I think that's gonna improve some of his draft stock. Just being aware, get your hands up and affect the pass. But like I said earlier, man, he's a very aware football player, man. But he's a top tier guy versus the run. I've only been talking about him passing, about his pass rush ability earlier. But he really makes babies when it's time to go against the run, man. And I only really got to show you two plays here, man, because it's so consistent. But this is the best example of it here that he had versus North Carolina State. Whether it's setting the edge and guys are running right at him, once again. Hands to the chest, he sets the edge very well, man. He'll stop a guy right in his tracks, man. Stop a guy right in his tracks, doesn't get moved downfield, man. He'll find the ball carrier. You know what I'm saying? Using his hands, using his length, planting the foot in the ground, really creating that stalemate. And good luck getting outside right here, right? But he'll plant his foot in the ground, find the ball carrier, get back inside, and make the tackle. That's fantastic. He does that shit a lot. YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. And something else that's pretty rare too for a left defensive end, strong side defensive end, guys like that aren't super athletic. They don't really crash the run from the backside very well. Like they can hold up point of attack or whatnot, like we just showed. But let's take a look at Zach Allen. He's gonna be here. Right now, this time the ball's going to the left. They're not running at Zach Allen; they're running away from him. But watch how Zach Allen tears shit up from the backside here. Good luck to you. Zach is really good at that, man. Really, really good at that. Plenty. Look, I encourage everybody to go watch film for yourself and just kind of use my film to do whatever you want to do with it, but make your own conclusions. Go watch film for yourself, bro. Like, Zach does this a bunch where he's just tearing stuff up from the backside, man, and go chasing down these ball carriers, bro. I think he's a top-tier player versus the run. Definitely a third down player. First down, second down, top tier. If you're running, whatever. Even in third down situations, right, you can either rush them from the outside or you can rush them from three tech, in my personal opinion. And I think that gives Zach a little bit more rank from me. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he is a 3-down player. I don't even want to necessarily say what I don't like about Zach Allen, but let's just talk about some cons or what makes him not perfect, what makes him not fantastic, right? Like I said, he's not the best athlete in the world, man. Just kind of look at him here, coming off the ball, looks kind of look at him turn right here, man. I don't want to call him stiff, man. I don't necessarily want to call him stiff. I'm not going to say that, man, but just take a look at him. Look at the athleticism. Yeah, man, and look, I know Zach is a better athlete than that, but Zach is closer to this than he is super athletic. I will say that. Even if you see him, try to chase ball carriers in open space, if they not right between the tackles, like if they not right up in here, like if it's a like a wide bubble to the outside, don't expect Zach to just turn and get to the outside quicker than everybody else. He'll go out there and run because his effort's good, but don't. But hey, man, don't expect him to get there off of pure athleticism alone. But and something else too, I kind of want him to have a counter move. Sure, he does work his hands, he does his nuanced things, defeating hands and wrists and arms and things like that. But if this first initial pop doesn't work, he doesn't really have a backup move. He doesn't really have anything else he can go to. Now he can transition from like a rip to like a wrist control and bull rush or whatever, but he ain't really got a lot of range or a lot of nuanced technique when it comes to like different pass rush moves or whatever. So like I said, there's a way you can use him. You just got to be honest about how you use him. Don't expect Zach Allen to come in and be super I got a gang of pass rush moves guy. That's not his game. Even if you watch him in the Senior Bowl, he will bull rush, try to do a wrist control. He'll rush with power, and if it doesn't work, he'll just kind of get blocked. But anyway, though, man, I ain't got to talk y'all head off all day, man. Like I said, I encourage you to do your own research, but that's Zach Allen. That's my presentation here, right? I like him. He'll probably be like a second round guy if he falls to the third or so. I mean, run and go get him. I really like him, and I normally don't like pass rushers that don't give me a lot of athleticism, but just if I was a DC, I know exactly how I would use them, and that's what matters the most, is that I can use them. So with that being said, man, hey, if you like the video, like it. If you disliked it, hey, do your thing. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the notification bell. Support the merch. All those links are in my description. The Patreon is more important than food and water. And follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. The Peace Whiskey is free. All right, salute.